Hello, everybody. I am definitely sick, so I don't know how long my voice will hold out, but I'll be having cough drops and playing a little bit of Morrowind. Maybe I'll stream along, I don't know. But, yeah. Terrifying. Alright, so we are 143 hours into the playthrough. Very short playthrough, as you can see. We're gonna go see the Urshilaku camp. But yeah, my voice is definitely on the way out. Alright, so here we are. I guess not to Urshilaku quite yet. We're gonna go pay a visit. We gotta shoot that Nick sound. And then switch to something a little lighter. Not the Cruel Flame Blade, but the Daedric Tonto +4. There we go. No problem. What? What's that attacking? An ant. The ants attack. No idea. We're heading over to Cool. See if we can sell anything before we go to Urshilaku. No big deal. And this should be, if we read the sign, welcome. Okay. I thought it would say cool, but it just said welcome instead. Hey. This is a brand new playthrough. We've only been playing it for 143 hours and 1 minute, okay? Brand new. Now, let's get going. So, let me see. Trade house.
Greetings.
Greetings indeed. Hello.
Hello, I'm Thongar. I'm fine, thank you. And things in Cool are just fine too, as good as they ever get. Were you hoping to find services here? If so, you might be disappointed.
Really?
Cool is just a fishing village. Not much else here. You can rent a bed at Thongar's trade house, but other than the Daedric ruins to the southwest, there's not much around here worth looking at.
I see. Rumors?
A group of hard cases came through here recently, and an old drucker says he's seen people putting goods ashore from a small boat on the coast northeast of Cool. I think someone has a smuggler's operation in a cave nearby where they're stashing the stuff.
Makes perfect sense. Alright. Well, I'd like to barter. Looks like you have plenty of money. Damn. I see. Hold on, what's this? A sapphire spear. Haha, I'll never use that. But those cruel flame arrows look good. I'm picking those up. Actually, you know what? Let's give him some money. They call this greasing the wheels of commerce here in Morrowind.
You are generous, and your judgment is good. Yes, that may be some help. Sharing is good. I like sharing.
You like sharing?
There's no one I'd rather see, if I can help in any way.
Okay, so now that we've done that, let's go and have a look to see what we can get rid of. These orcish boots look good. What else? Some common clothes I don't care about. What about weapons? Got a cruel flame blade I don't need? Yes. Anything else? Somehow I don't think so. What's this? A piercing arrow. Don't care about that even a bit. Well, in that case, I have no idea what we're going to do. Let's sell you some drummer coins. How about that? And then I'll ask for all of your money now. Huzzah! Hello?
On your way.
Are you a member? No? Then my services are not for you.
Member of what? What are you exactly?
I'm a knight. In the West, you need a horse and land to be a knight, but here, we have no horses. And all you need is good armor, good weapons, and the skill to use them. I prefer to fight with axes and shields. Since I live by my weapons, I have to pay careful attention to local feelings about killing and murder. What's right and what's wrong?
Killing and murder, you say?
Outlaws have no rights and may be killed without scandal or sanction. Guards may use deadly force in the line of duty.
I see. Very good. That is quite silly, actually. But I'm not a member of whatever you are.
Greetings.
You look frightening. You're wearing a wig, I can tell. Alright. Trying to use that rope to climb up, and I couldn't. Alright, let's get going. I don't see any other trade houses or anything. I think this is just a small fishing village. What a shame. Yep. I suppose we'll rest at the... I was gonna say the local inn, but I don't see one.
Welcome, citizen. How may I be of assistance?
Well... rumors.
Some strange men came through here not long ago, stopped by Thongar's trade house. Tight-lipped, suspicious bunch.
Got any lore?
We don't like foreigners or outlanders much in Morrowind. We are a proud people, and we don't like being a conquered nation.
Damn. We don't like being a conquered nation, but, yeah, your gods surrendered to good old, Hybrid Septum. Something about a prophecy of doom and gloom. Anyway, we're just gonna go over to the Silt Strider and try to rest. Since there's no inn here at all. I have to, like, camp outside town. You cannot rest while enemies are nearby. Speaking of enemies, I think I see a glowing netch. Here we go. There it is. Damn. We're about to get attacked. Next Mastiffs are the high-level next now. No big deal. That is a troll. I am shocked that that troll stayed dead. Yeah, I thought he was going to get back up. You said Morrowind all night? Probably not. I said this before, I'm sick and my throat is causing me issues, so I'd like to play a little bit of Morrowind today. That's why I'm not super energetic right now. I still want to play the game. Despite it. Alright, let's keep going. Ah, crap. Wait, whoa. Invisibility. It's got like some kind of chameleon spell on. That troll, terrifying. Nah. Drop this stuff on the ground. Crazy. And powers of this troll club have terrible. I'll take the pearls though. Yeah, all of those magic gems. Thank you. Yeah, I'm actually already done the hot water, honey, and stuff. I'm currently using these, this big bag of coffee drops. The real answer is rest and don't do anything, which is insanely boring, and I don't want to do that. So, here we are. Now then, wait.
I'm
on.
giving you to get out of my...
Run!
Stupid!
Now you're going to get it.
Got an Ashlander that's attacking us.
Enough! I yield.
There you go. Enough, I yield.
You should run
I'll
now.
have to kill you myself!
Yeah, he didn't succeed at that, did he? Alright. Yeah, I played Super Metroid last night. It was a great time. Enjoyed it very much. I'm just leaving a couple loot piles here for the lulz. And that way when the corpses despawn, there'll just be these little loot piles here, indicating that there were people, but they are here no more. Let's see, got some gold. A feast for free. Growing your food in the wild, I say. A feast for free. I keep looking at these campfires going, can I activate the campfire? No. No, I cannot. No feast for free here. Okay. Need to figure out a way over those hills without going through the ocean again. The ocean was a pain. Getting attacked.
Dog.
Brittle-tailed racers have bonus to their melee. I'm gonna kill these cliff racers before they become a blight on us. Damn right. I've been playing Fallout 76 lately, also on stream, and so I keep trying to hit the area loot button so I can loot both corpses at once. I'm like, wait a second, that doesn't exist in Morrowind. There's no area loot. You have to go to each individual corpse that you want to loot. Good evening, Deathdrawn. I'm sick right now. Hello. Battle Mage? Whoa!
I'll see
Oh, it's
you
a
dead.
Crazy. I'm not gonna get many casts off you now. They almost got me. Almost. But not quite. Very funny. That's an interesting voice for the lady there. Wonder if she was possessed by a Daedra or something. Just saying. Alright, let's rest until 5 a.m. 8 a.m., sorry. Yeah, 8 a.m. We also need to heal Areldil. We can do that by using the Good Touch random. One more time. Yeah. For those unaware, this is Beldor Deadeye. He is not a nice person. He was, in fact, expelled from Valenwood for kind of violating the Green Pact. He's kind of an apostate. He may have also killed people and used their souls to fuel dark rituals, but we don't talk about that too much. You can tell from his face, though, that he is, in fact, evil. So, no question about that. Anyway, moving along. We are heading around this way. People asked about his hair, whether he was related to the Adoring Fan, and the answer is related, but not the same. I'm sure that the same blood flows through their veins. Somewhere, the Adoring Fan has the spark of an evil necromancer waiting to be let out. Okay. I'd like to modify the Adoring Fan in Starfield to turn him evil. That would be nice. I'd also like to get a mod to replace Constellation with the generic people you hire. I'd like to be... not to say I am opposed to Constellation existing. I just want them to exist in a separate corner from my next playthrough. That's all. Gotta kill that Treekin to move forward. I did. I'm going to try to climb this hill. Oh. Oh no. Well. I'm gonna shoot, actually. Here they come. Goodness gracious. Almost there. Cliff racers everywhere. That was a bird mother. Jeez. Let's see. You want to be able to change crew members on your freighter in No Man's Sky. You found an S-class freighter, but its crew are all Gek, and you want Corvex. Oh, yeah. I get what you want. Yeah, yeah. It's the other way around. I want all Gek because they can be convinced with units to do whatever I want, as opposed to the silly, whatchamacall the religious zealots, in the Corvex. If the Convergence told them to kill me, they would. If a Gek superior in the Trade Federation told the Gek to kill me, I could hand them money, and they'd be like, okay, sorry, we didn't hear that message from the Federation. Turns out it got lost. You know? Alright. Get some netch leather there. Bull netches are nice. Good sources of items. Let's see. What do we get next? Spark arrows. Yeah. I paralyzed that netch. No, I destroyed the netch completely and utterly. Paralysis was just one of the effects. Yes. Spark arrow. Let's look at bolts now. We have 142 silver bolts. I'm going to switch back to my my crossbow. It's a crossbow with a scope on it. Good stuff. But we'll use silver bolts instead of magical arrows. The crossbow. It uses steam power to shoot bolts. Okay. Let's get moving. That Treekin needs to die. Treekin's gone. We can go up now. I'm gonna try to... Oh, no. Cliffy racers. But I've looked at everything, and it is definitely no longer efficient to go around. So I'm just gonna go north, and we'll head to Urshilaku directly. How irritating this is. I'm gonna have to use my dagger and stuff. I thought maybe there was a way around. There was not. My armor skill increased. This is good. Hello, hello. I need from you a couple master armorer hammers. Perfect. I'm gonna repair everything. Better. All right. After you showed the applaud option, you were able to get a small mod list together for upscaling textures. Cool. Oh, append. You mean in OpenMW, the launcher. Cool. I'm glad you were able to get what you wanted in there. It's so easy to use, but so frustrating if you try to treat it like a normal mod loader. Like if you, basically the ideal way to do OpenMW modding is just to make a bunch of different folders. Each folder is its own mod, and just append each mod. That is just the best way to do it. But I'm glad you were able to find some use out of that. Okay. Hopefully this guy doesn't aggro. No, didn't. Alright, we're heading north. Everything should be fine. Let's see, what do we have next? Yeah, this is where we killed all those guys. You can see their corpses have been looted. No big deal there. Bargain health restore. Take those with me. We're gonna shoot the bear with the power of our crossbow.
Die.
Another one. Go, Ereldil. Stab it.
Die.
What? I never expected the rat to join the fight. There is actually a real video out there of two cats fighting, and then a bird comes in and pecks one of the cats. And so the cat turns to the bird, and the other cat jumps the first cat from behind and continues beating him up. And so the cat like spins around like, "What are you doing? I was after the bird." And then all of a sudden a dog comes in and attacks both cats, and they have to run away. And then the bird starts swooping the dog. The bird's trying to defend its territory, you see. But none of these other animals understand that. They're just trying to do their own thing. Yep. Yeah, basically, once a bird establishes a nest in an area, it will often swoop other creatures, try to get them to leave. Because when their eggs eventually hatch, they want that area safe. Iron Claymore, that is heavy. Yep. You said you had a big cat that would go out and start fights with other animals and cats? Yes. It's true. Armor pieces. And that one too. Let's see if there's anything else I need to pay attention to. Lots I need to pay attention to, but all of it can be dropped in favor of other stuff for later. These alchemy ingredients that are weighing heavy on me. The scroll of thief blood. Here. Let's get going. We're going through the water to the Urshilaku camp directly. It's gonna take a little bit. We're gonna have to fight a bunch of fish. I'm gonna get my water weapon ready. Daedric Tonto +4. Stabby stab stab. Okay. What? Good, good. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Fishy, fishy, fish. No one cares about that. Here we go. Onwards and sideways. Oh yeah, these were the two corpses I saw earlier. Crap. Drag. Some people call them droogs. The lady in Oblivion calls them billies. Alright, so what we're gonna do is we're just gonna take this stuff and drop it on the ground. Because these corpses won't last forever, whereas these items are worth thousands of septums because they're rare. So we'll take the money, of course. But everything else gets dropped. I wonder how far it goes down. Let's find out. Oh yeah, it's at the bottom there. That's funny. Okay, I'm just really quick dropping the items from these corpses. We can come back and pick up the items later, or they'll just sit here forever. I imagine until a treasure hunter comes and goes, oh my god, what is with all this stuff? It makes sense. Unlike Oblivion or Skyrim, items don't disappear from the ground. In the vanilla Morrowind, if you put too many items in a single cell, like a single loaded chunk, they would end up getting merged into a single bag, and that bag would just be there on the ground. But that doesn't happen in OpenMW. In OpenMW, you can basically have unlimited items on the ground. Unlimited to whatever your computer can handle, which is a lot more than anyone would reasonably place. Alright. But I mentioned this on another stream. Camelworks was trying to, like, set up a bunch of items in a row to kind of show off, like, scope and scale and stuff. And everything would get put in the bag. And he would just, his filming was ruined. It was kind of sad. But, those were the limitations of the old engine, the vanilla engine. Stuff every item in existence in a corpse. That wouldn't be too bad in Morrowind, but in Oblivion, that would cause the engine to crash. Yeah. There's some pretty big issues with overloading containers, even in Skyrim. Cephalopods. I am over-encumbered and drowning. What a shame. I want the alchemy ingredients. I just need to figure out what we're going to do. Drink Mazte. That's the answer. Screw my mana. Drink Mazte. Get drunk. Just chug the whole bottle. But no, it's why Fallout 76 for the longest time had a big limitation on how much you could put in your stash. It wasn't game balance purposes. It was, oh shit, multiple players have multiple stashes in the same place and they're all being loaded simultaneously. They're going to fuck up the engine. That was the actual consideration. It's why Fallout First, the engine there has, sorry, not the engine, the subscription service has a stash for junk, but the junk items are treated differently from normal items. They have to be withdrawn or deposited in a weird sort of way. Like through the specific container. Because they aren't physical items in the space. They're like integers in a chart. Electric slaughterfish. And a sea devil. Oh, jeez. Yeah, electric slaughterfish. Quite scary. Void scales. Well, that slaughterfish had a hook. Oh well. We're a little drunk. We may have consumed an entire bottle of Sir John. Oh, wow. That greater razorbeak paralyzed us. We're stuck here at half health. That hurt a lot. Okay, what I need to do is use the Suck 3 power to drain the health of the Cliff Racer. There's a sprig in here. I don't know if I can down this. I'm trying my best, though. Okay, I got my health back. Very good. Thought I was going to die horribly to these Cliff Racers. We should be fine. Cliff Racer only lives once, but the Spriggan lives 3 times. So what have you been up to lately, DB? Has life been a pain in the ass as usual? 2 separate friends of mine Two separate friends ended up in the hospital over the last 2 days. Like, life has been, kinda fucked. Alright. Let's see. Completely independent of each other. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and put an anchor here. A mark, I should say. That is Showgred. We'll come back to it soon. I need to drop off, like, everything. And I mean everything. My home. First things first, alchemy ingredients. We shall return. Just flashing back to StarCraft. The Dragoons say, I have returned. Because they're all people who, like members of the Protoss race who had died and were preserved through the Kala. Hello, hello. I am sick today, so my throat is being a pain in the ass. Anyway, we're gonna dump all the alchemy ingredients for now. Then we're gonna dump various potions and other things. And figure out what we're gonna do about all the accessories. I'm gonna, like, drop all the accessories in a different room, I think. I've just got too many of them. Might put them in a crate or a barrel or something. I accidentally looted everything from that container. Which, oddly enough, was not a whole lot. Yep. Yeah. The wife mentioned that this might be an allergy, but my throat problem, but I don't know about that. So I've taken an anti-allergen, taken a bunch of other stuff. Alright, let's go ahead and figure this out. So first things first. I'd like to put all my rings... wrongs. They're called wrongs now. They're not called rings anymore. Just gonna put all the ring... I'm gonna put all the jewelry inside this wardrobe. And other things. Very interesting. I would love to be able to have more than just 2 rings. I understand it's 1 ring per hand. But we kind of have 10 fingers and a few toes, you know what I mean? Alright. Just trying to really clear out my inventory now. Amulets are next. Same deal. Okay, so, yeah, basically, we're going through, putting all the rings and amulets into this wardrobe. I'm gonna put any clothes in there as well. Huzzah. All the amulets. I don't see why you couldn't wear more amulets other than because the game doesn't want you to. What else? What else? Hit these. Potions. Dagoth brandy. Haha. Okay. This is... Why aren't the rings there, then? Oh, jeez. Okay, fair enough. I was like, oh, where are the other rings? Turns out they're all here. Another game I'd like to play more of is Vampire Survivors, though. I've really enjoyed what I played of it. You know, the Ode to Castlevania. And so I'm always split. Like, part of me wants to replay that, you know, unlock all the characters from scratch. The other part of me goes, like, new content, new characters, new adventures. So it's one of those weird situations where, like, I would have to back up the old content. Wouldn't want to lose it. Oh, well. I know there are people who live for the infinite grind, and it's like, no. Okay. 5 fingers of pain. Yeah, a lot of these rings are like marks and clutches and other things. Completely different. The ghost loincloth. Yeah, we're just stocking this thing full of magic items. It's very silly. Blasphemous? Is that like a Metroidvania that like borrows heavily from the Soul series in terms of its aesthetic? I think my favorite Souls-like Metroidvania was actually Mumadora Reverie Under the Moonlight. It had a completely different aesthetic, but as far as like emphasizing dodge slop, it I really liked it. Let me see. It was let me see. I open up Steam. Here. It's Mumadora Reverie Under the Moonlight. I played it for, it looks like, it says 12 hours. I played it more than that. But, see here. Bomb service. I have to hit the button. There we go. That's Mumadora Reverie Under the Moonlight. You slap the boss on her tits? Yes, you do. You kill her with the magic leaf. Mumadora Reverie Under the Moonlight is a great game. There's also Moonlit Farewell, but if you want to see where the developers went after Reverie Under the Moonlight, that would be Minoria specifically. And yeah, this is actually where the creators of what do you call it, Reverie Under the Moonlight went. The art style is completely different because they don't have the same artist, but like as far as But yeah, so Minoria is the, if you want the same gameplay experience, but in a new world, that's what to go for. It's also developed by Bomb Service, but they kind of had a falling out with the developer for a while, like the other developer, And so eventually they it all comes full circle with Moonlit Farewell. Let me see here. Ooh. Okay. If it loads. May not want to load because, you know, it's a pain in the ass sometimes. But there we go. Yeah, this is the sequel to Reverie Under the Moonlight. Moonlit Farewell. Yeah, so between Reverie Under the Moonlight, Minoria, and Moonlit Farewell, there's 3 great games in that style. Just saying. Okay. Let's figure out what we're going to do with this. We're over encumbered by stuff that not really sure I want to give up right now. Let's put away one of these Jink Blades. Don't need to worry about the Spark Blades. I'm going to give away most of this stuff. Cruel Blade plus 14. That can go in there. Plus 14 is delightful, but yeah, I'm just looking at all this going. So much stuff. What are we going to do? The answer is give it to your allies and then go sell things. I need to put away some of my money in the bank as well. I'm carrying too much stuff. Yeah, I'm just looking at this going, everything must go. So I think that's what we're going to do. Skeleton. Skeleton is at cap. We're actually going to take these hammers from the skeleton and put them on the bed. Can't put them on the bed, we'll put them on the ground. Can't put them anywhere. Fine, we'll just take all the hammers from the skeleton. And the Daedric sword. That's fine. Alright. Ebony longsword. What else? Still questioning. Yeah. It's the hammers. Hammers away. There we go. Now the skeleton has room with which to give him junk. A lot of this stuff just needs to be processed. Sold to the right distributors. No big deal, though. Okay, I'm very close to being able to leave. Very close now. Yes. Okay, we can leave now. Let's go to Balmora. Sell some stuff, deposit our money. We are massively over encumbered, and we're going to deal with that. Onwards and sideways. So, what else is going on? Hit the buttons. But no. It was crazy because, like, I'm sick, and a couple of my friends are ill in different ways. It's like, oh, wow. Life kind of irritating right now. I really enjoyed that Metroid run last night. Took 7 hours and 40 minutes to play through a completely randomized version of Planet Zebes. Not randomized in terms of like item drops, but actually randomized in terms of where, like the level design itself, right? And I find it super interesting.
Please, by all means. I'm listening.
Listening, deposit everything. I deposited all the money. Because it has weight. More importantly, we're looking for an equalizer, something to give us an edge against a superior opponent.
Tidings and
Welcome,
good wishes to you,
adventurer.
friend.
Looking for an equalizer? Something to give you an edge against a superior opponent?
What
When
was
you
I
need to do a lot
thinking?
of damage in a hurry, you can't beat a poisoned blade. Try my inexpensive iron spider dagger and steel spider blade, or an imperial netch blade for even more bite.
Even more bite. I'm gonna go ahead and sell a bunch of junk. Like these dire swords are not necessary. And must go. The steel staff is fortify light armor. Pretty funny. A terrible weapon, for the most part. Ebony darts. Haha, no one cares. I have a lot of ammo. Sheogorath's taming rod. I'm gonna hold on to that for now. It's a Sheogorath item. Hee hee ho ho. Paralyzed for 10 seconds, that's good. I don't need the Jink Blade of the Aegis, actually. I'm gonna get rid of that. Yep. 1,000. Realize how much better your local shopping center would be if there was a guy boasting about the poison weapons he sells? Jeez. But no. It makes sense that you'd have a guy, you know, explaining how great his goods are. You can just sell Siamese sermons here.
It's good of you to stop by. Always happy to see you. Were you looking for a little advice? Or is there something else in Balmora you want to ask about?
No, I'm just selling a bunch of books. Just a few books. No big deal. I'm gonna ask you for, you know, like 75 more gold than you wanted to pay. Haha. Okay, what else? Got 2,000 gold right now. And it's only gonna get worse. Exquisite, extravagant. None of this matters. Okay. I'm gonna go back to my stronghold and turn in, drop off some stuff. Also gonna drop off 1,000 gold here. I'm not training or anything. Bank, hold my money.
Please, by all means. I'm listening.
Deposit 1,000 gold. What's my account status? 261,000 gold. This is fine. They like me very much. I'm earning interest on that money. Very, very small amount of interest, but better than leaving that money to rot in my stronghold. I also have a little bit of money, just a few thousand in a Halalu banking account as well. But I'd have to go to the Halalu Canton in, Vivek City for that. Not really too keen on that idea. Still good to diversify some of your funds because, you know, in the event that you hit a rough patch and the bank, for whatever reason, won't let you withdraw your money. Let's say they just don't have the cash on hand and need a few days to get it ready. I can always go down to the bank in Vivek and, you know, get some emergency funds to float me. That, of course, never happens in the game. I'm just, you know, bullshitting. But, it would be cool. And imagine having to administrate your own strongholds. Terrifying. It reminds me of X4 Foundations. Great game, by the way. The point of the game is you start off as a space pilot, right? And then you slowly expand as you do jobs and stuff and get money. You turn that money into the, what do you call it? You start buying new ships or acquiring new ships, turning around and hiring crew to crew those ships. And so while you're off doing one specific space simulation thing, there are other NPCs out there who are under your command who are like mining or exploring or doing trades on your behalf. They're working, they're your employees. And so you can have like a whole fleet of ships going and doing independent things based on what you told them to do, you know, like basically it's not like an RTS where you just give them a single order. There's kind of a scripting system in play where you can give them a job to do and they will continue to do it after they've finished like the step you tell them to do. And I would consider the game absolutely spectacular in that specific regard. Dropping potions off. That... Okay. I live. Again. I'm gonna drop off a bunch of potions. These are just the potions we've acquired on our journey. Put them on the table for now. Figure out what we're going to do afterward. Fortify Magicka, Fortify Strength. Don't care about that. But you can see how our carry capacity is resolving itself. A lot of the problems were just too many potions. You know what they say, all toasters toast toast. I see. Well, let's go ahead and drop all those arrows off up. Let's try up here. Okay, can we go up there? No. I see. Fair enough. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put these arrows. Lots of unraveling nonsense. What else? Steel arrows are fine. Little spark arrows. Dire viper arrows. Most of my carry capacity is being used by ammunition, which is A-okay. Kind of don't need wooden arrows, don't need generic steel arrows. Don't need a silver dart. Like anything that isn't magical, I'll just... It's either going to be silver or junk. Okay, anything else? Flame bolt, shard bolt. Steel Viper Blades. Put the Viper Blade up here. These are all blades I plan to enhance later. I'm just throwing them up here for now. Alright, well, I think if I just put a couple more arrows up here, we are almost good to go. Good to get this junk out of my inventory for the moment. Yeah, I think we're good to go. Geogross Taming Rod will set that at the head of the bed there. That's where it belongs, I assume. Where is it? There it is. Yep, just put that on the bed. Geogross Taming Rod belongs on the bed. Done. Let's get out of here. We are going to teleport ourselves. Whoops. That's not a teleport. I think it was... AoE Arrow Shot plugin was meant for a hey modders, look what we can do, rather than a major content. That was what all the all little plugins were for. All the quote-unquote official plugins. They were like, hey, let's make something in our new construction set and then kind of give them an example of what to do, you know? And that's why they were giving them away for free. Todd Howard initially talked about how he wanted to give away the official plugins for, what do you call it, for Oblivion. He wanted to give those away for free, too, but the console manufacturers basically insisted on anything for Oblivion needed to be sold because they were gonna charge like Bethesda to like put up free content basically, and Bethesda, you know, under ZeniMax basically said we're not shouldering the burden of extra listing fees just to give you free shit. So here's how this is going down. We're gonna sell it to the console users, and because the console markets basically say you can't make something inferior, like on their platform, inferior to another platform, they had to just kind of shrug and go, okay, fine, we'll sell it on PC as well. And that's what they did. There was actually a download site, like DL site or whatever, where it wasn't DL site, it was something else. It was like Direct to Drive. I don't know. Point is, there was a place where you could get it that wasn't Steam, because Steam wasn't a thing. But you could buy the DLCs there until eventually they were bundled into the Knights of the Nine. The Knights of the Nine disc set. Alright. Recall. But yeah, they absolutely wanted to give away like horse armor and stuff like that for free. And the console manufacturers said no. Good luck finding a source on that these days. We're in a, I'm pretty sure the old Bethesda forums have been shut down. So unless someone archived the very specific thread it was from, it's just kind of knowledge that I have. Alright. What do we got? Yeah, Bethesda nuking their old forums was a horrible, horrible thing. So many great posts were lost. So much information, so many mods that were being hosted on like some obscure file server and linked via the forums. Stiff. Ant. Crazy. Is that a harpy? That's a harpy. Okay, I gotta go. Hey, 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 hey.
You can't escape me.
Skeleton's gonna go. Okay, I have a moment to heal my skeleton. Good touch random. Gotta use good touch random to heal my skeleton or he's going to die. Heal Reldil instead. There we go. Cool. Harpy blood, harpy blood. Oops, didn't mean to do that. There we go. Okay, we're heading to the Urshilaku camp now. Oh no, 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 no. I saw a whole host of Daedra over there. Not just one or two Daedra, a whole ton. Oh, jeez. Scamplings, scamplings. Cliff races. Scamplings and cliff races. Terrifying. Okay. Some scamp skins there. That's nice. Don't scamp skins do something with strength? Pretty sure they do. Yeah, we can't get too close to that Daedric ruin. There's like 12 Daedra over there. There's supposed to be like a pack of 4. And then I multiplied it, the number of spawns. It's actually quite terrifying right now. Let me see what's going on. See. Okay. Yes. From the Elder Scrolls game perspective, it's an army. Need some AoE spells. The problem is, even if I use an AoE spell, I would need to have my companions not be close to it because they'd get caught up in that nonsense. Anyway, there's the Urshilaku camp, just like we initially wanted to go to. So let's go ahead and set a mark here. Because we did finally arrive, but our records don't show from where. Okay, we're going to go down to the bottom and... Good. Urshilaku has been mapped. I'm gonna go pop into the other room for just a second, but I'll be back, and we're gonna continue the main quest by talking to the Urshilaku. And their dialogue is going to be main quest dialogue. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. Still sick, still tired, but sleep is no longer an option. So here we are. Let's see here. Urshilaku. I need to talk to you.
Is there something you need?
Warm meat. Sausages. Sausage. Hello.
You come to talk? Then talk, Outlander.
I need a guide. And look for Zumu in her yurt. Never-ending prophecies.
This is not a matter for idle talk with strangers. Why should I trust you, Outlander? You want to speak to Sulmatul? You want to speak to Nibani Maisa? Have they sent for you?
Yes.
I've not heard of this, so go and find some other who has.
Oh no. Sulmatul. Nibani Maisa. Ashkan. Damn.
How did you get in here? Leave at once, or I will kill you myself.
I see. Yes, indeed.
How did you get in here?
Bye. I need to go talk to the wise woman. Her yurt should look different. Should have like a little placemat. Hello?
You are in the wrong place, Outlander. Leave now!
Money.
This is suitable.
More money.
You are generous, and your judgment is good.
Even more money.
Sharing is good. I like sharing. Will you say you are deaf, or stupid, or rude? How do you explain? I have told you, you are in the wrong place. I told you to leave, but you are still here.
Yes, I am, as you know, very dumb. But I wish to know about the Neverine prophecies, the pipeline index. Wait, what? Morrowind lore.
We hear the temple is at war with itself. These dissident priests rebelled against temple rulers, so the temple outlawed the dissident priests, and imprison and torment them.
Sure. That is lore, I suppose. What else? Disturbing dreams.
This is a strange dream indeed. The Sharmat Dagoth Ur speaks to you in the voice of prophecy. He curses the three betrayers, the three false gods, Vivek, Almalexia, Sothasil. He calls you to drive the Outlanders from Morrowind. This is a very strong dream, very cunning, a dream to stir hearts. This is a very good lie. He called you Nerevar, and the dream of the Nerevarine is very strong and very dangerous for you and for all my people.
I see. That is a problem, then.
The Urshilaku are the Ashlanders of the Northern Ashlands and the West Gash. I am the wise woman of the Urshilaku, and Ashkan Sulmatul is our chief, a brave and respected war leader and warrior protector of the Nerevarine cult.
I see.
This is Urshilaku camp, Outlander.
I see. And if I want to talk to you about the Neverine prophecies?
In ancient days, the Deep Elves and a great host of Outlanders from the west came stealing the land of the Dunmer. In that time, Nerevar was the great Khan and war leader of the House People, but he honored the ancient spirits and the tribal law, and became as one of us. So, when Nerevar pledged upon his great ring of the ancestors, one clan under moon and star, to honor the ways of the spirits and rights of the land, all the tribes joined the House People fighting a great battle at Red Mountain.
Thanks.
Though many Dunmer, tribesmen, and housemen died at Red Mountain, the Dwemer were defeated, and their evil magics destroyed, and the Outlanders driven from the land. But after this great victory, the power-hungry Khans of the great houses slew Nerevar in secret, set themselves up as gods, and forgot Nerevar's promises to the tribes. But Nerevar will come again and cast down the false gods, and by the power of his ring will make good his promises, honor the spirits, and drive the outsiders from the land.
I see. Let's see then. Neverine prophecies?
This is not a matter for idle talk with strangers. Why should I trust you, Outlander?
Well, can I give you a thoughtful gift?
Do you want to offer me a gift? Good. I am not proud. I like gold. This is the custom you Outlanders call a bribe, yes?
Okay, here you go then.
You insult me. You insult me. Sharing is good. I like sharing.
You insult me. You insult me. Sharing is good. I like sharing. Their eyes gloss over as the speech is successful. And Musa.
The Ahemusa of the Grazelands are mild and peace-loving. The wise woman of the Ahemusa, Sinamu Mirpal, is also their Ashkan.
Right, right. Okay.
May I help you?
Hello. Get a pet. You can buy your pet for 500 septums. I'll do it. Swamp pepper. Swamp pepper. What? You lied to me. There is no pet. Unless it's hiding somewhere. You just stole my money and left. You know what? I agree with this technique.
Can we hurry this up?
Who are you?
This is going to
Argonian champion! What's happening? The cliff racers are never stopping. We must destroy them at once. It's a brood mother. Scary. Demon cephalopod helm. A wild guar attacks. Uh-oh. That frost bloom arrow hurts everybody. This is actually very concerning. The Argonian champion has been defeated. The clan is safe once more. Emma Musa. Dulmatul Nabani Maisa.
You come to talk, then talk, Outlander.
I wish to speak about the Neverine prophecies.
This is not a matter for idle talk with strangers. Why should I trust you, Outlander?
Money.
Everyone can always use some extra coin. What do you
Money.
guess is suitable?
Money.
Yes, that may be some help. What does an Outlander have to say to an Urshilaku of the Nerevarine prophecy?
I shall fulfill the Neverine prophecies. I wish to speak to Sulmatul.
I do not believe what I am hearing. You think you are the Nerevarine, and you wish to speak to Sulmatul and Nibani Maisa. You do not look like the Nerevarine, but you do not speak like a fool or a madman. This is a puzzle. I tell you, go speak with Zabamund in his yurt. He is a Gulakan, Sulmatul's champion, and he will decide what is right. If Zabamund gives you permission, then you may enter the Ashkan's yurt and speak with Sulmatul.
Cool. So, we gotta go to someone else's yurt. Zubamond. Where is Zubamond? Zubamond.
Talk, Outlander.
Hold
Speak
on.
with respect, and I will listen.
Okay. I'm just watching his head bob up and down. It's funny. Like, you look at Zubamond, and his head goes up and down. when she was a little closer to him, it had a larger effect. But yeah. All right. Let's go.
Talk, Outlander. Speak with respect, and I will listen. This is suitable.
I'm giving you money, sir.
You are generous, and your judgment is good.
Damn right it is. Let's talk about the Neverine prophecies.
The Nerevarine prophecies are not for Outlanders. Why should Sulmatul and Nibani Maisa speak to you about these things? Who are you, that we should trust you?
Tell all I have learned of the Sixth House in the Neverine and wished humbly to speak to Sulmatul.
These are not simple matters. You know a great deal more than I would have thought, and some of what you say is news to me. I believe you should speak to Sulmatul. Perhaps he will be angry with me, but I think I can bear that. Go to the Ashkan's yurt and speak with Sulmatul. Ask him your questions and tell him I have sent you.
Cool. I'm looking at all those sacks and all the items inside. Going, what? Steal from the Ashlanders?
Yes, Outlander. Yes. You wish to talk with me about the Nerevarine prophecies. Go ahead. I am very curious.
I wish to give you money first.
Everyone can always use some extra coin. Sharing is good. I like sharing. Yes. You think you fulfill the Nerevarine prophecies. You wish to be tested to see if you are the Nerevarine. No Outlander may join the Nerevarine cult. If you were a clan friend, an adopted member of the Ashlander tribes, then perhaps. I have an initiation rite in mind. If you pass this rite, I will adopt you as a clan friend of the Ashlanders. And then I will submit you to Nibani Maisa, our wise woman, who is skilled in oracles and mysteries, and who will test you against the prophecies.
Sounds good. Let's start that initiation.
To be adopted into the tribe, you must undergo a harrowing. In a harrowing, you will be judged by the spirits and ancestors to see if you are worthy. Go to the Urshilaku burial caverns and fetch me Sulsenipul's bone-biter bow. Sulsenipul was my father, and his spirit guards his bone-mold longbow deep in the burial caverns. Return to me with this bow, and I will adopt you into the Ashlander tribes as a clan friend.
Sounds good. Pretty straightforward, actually. Where are the Urshilaku burial mounds?
So, Outlander, have you completed the initiation rite?
Where are they?
The burial caverns lie to the south-southeast of the camp. A north-facing door in a little hill halfway between us and the slopes of Red Mountain. Go north from the camp to the water, then turn east. At a rock cairn on the beach, turn and head straight south until you find the door. The spirits of our ancestors guard the caverns. They will attack and will kill you if they can. Force your way past them or evade them. Get the bow and return to prove your worthiness.
Sounds good. Wow, he twisted all, he kind of spun around. It was quite scary. All right, so basically, we gotta go to the water. North to the water, then east. We're going to the cavern go-go. No problem. Going north to the caverns. So from here, we have to go east. Let's see, until there's a north-facing door on a halfway hill. At a rock cairn. At a rock cairn on the beach, go straight south. The rock cairn. Flippy racers! I did not mean to use that. Arrow time.
You should run now.
Stop it. Coward. Irritating. Hold on. They're fighting each other. Disable. They will fight. They will keep fighting.
Now you're going to get it.
Now you're gonna get it.
I'll see you dead. Now you're going to get it.
Now you're gonna get it. Now you're gonna get it. Damn. So the fact that I AoE'd them caused unimaginable suffering. Do not AoE them. They will fight each other. What a shame. What a shame. Alright. Oh, wow. That's spectacular. Holy crap. That's freed in Marathon. How nice. I would have never expected that. That is art, I say. Art. Okay. I wonder what drives someone to put put her into a game from what year was it? Marathon original release date. Let's see. That original Marathon came from 1994. So around the same time as Doom. But it was the Apple Doom. Meaning it was, you know, different. Okay, we're just gonna have them chill out at camp, actually. Yeah, wait here, thank you. And you as well. Just hang out here, in the ash storms. I don't know. I think I put on my magic helmet. Oops. There we go. Terrifying. My magic helmet. Beetle needs to die as well. I'm gonna go get a couple armor hammers before I head through, I think. As I'm going to have broken equipment if I don't do that. Hello there.
How can I help? I'll do what I can.
Give me like three or four armor hammers. That'll do it. Better. So at a rock cairn, we're supposed to head south. We go north to the beach, then we go east. And then we fight cliff racers. Got it. Now we just need to look for a rock cairn and go south from there. No idea when we'll hit it. Well, it's right there. That looks like it. Yeah, these rocks specifically look like it. Fortunately, we gotta fight Nyx hounds and other animals. Let's see. Pylons. It's over 9,000. Ninja info cards. Alright. I think if I had to pick one of the memes from that specific era, it would probably be if I go, I need to search for over 9,000. I need to find the original, and it's not the actual. I need to find the YouTube channel of the person who did the original over 9,000 video. So YouTube Hijetto-kun. I got the name of the person. Okay. And found their YouTube. Alright. Let's see. So this is the person who created the over 9,000 meme. And what we need to do is scroll down to I think it was... Why the hell not? There we go. That's it. Okay, let's go. So, where are we going now? We gotta go south until we reach the door. Should be around here somewhere. Damn it! Those were monks from Yu Yu Hakusho. Speaking of Yu Yu Hakusho, I did in fact get a Kurama. Did get one of those, yes. Flower boy. Let me see. Yeah, I got a Kurama and a Kuro Neko at the same time. Kuro Neko is, I love her design. I hate the series she's from. Hate it with a burning passion. But I like her design. Here we go. Yesterday I was doing Super Metroid. Pretty good. Let me see. Speaking of... Oh, wow. So the wife sent me this. I'm gonna pull it up right now. It is special. I was like, why do I have a message? I thought I suppressed all the messages, and it's like, nope, not from her. So we go over to downloads, go to the bottom. There we go. So this is what she sent me. Yep. Prepare to dye your eggs. It's true. It's true. Yep. That's what she sent me. You killed my father, prepare to die. Alright. This way. So there was supposed to be a cairn over there. I'm still very confused. Easter candy after the sale's over? Yes. I agree. I usually pick up a whole ton of Easter candy after the sale. What's Urshilaku camp? This is the stone cairn, I believe. I'm supposed to go right here and then straight south. And from here, there should be a door. The Urshilaku. There should be a door facing north somewhere. Urshilaku Burial Caverns. That is a big cliff racer in the distance. That is a wyvern. It's a variant of Cliff Racer that comes from Morrowind Advanced, a mod made by a Bethesda dev. We're gonna kill it with cruel flame bolts. The thing is, it fires, it shoots fireballs. We have to be careful. We have to kill it early or, like, hide behind things. Convince it to, yep, see? It shoots fireballs. We killed it, though. We got the wyvern spine. Wyverns, wyverns. That might be it over here. I think I see it. Got it. Those might be the caverns. Maybe. We will have to face the evil. Lots of creatures want to kill me. No big deal. Wyverns. Wyverns, wyverns. Ancestral burial. This is it. We found it. Okay. Cavern a go-go. Hold on. Let me pull this up. Should be... Let me, okay. Stream memes. And then... Should be... There you go.
Oh my god, wyverns. What's a wyvern? Wyvern. A wyvern is a two-legged dragon? I thought they weren't dragons. What the f... Let me see this. It can't be. Impossible.
The Illuminati confirmed.
All of this just works. It just works.
A wyvern is a dragon.
Okay, let's go going. Go and kill the Urshilaku caverns. The skeletons are here. The undead footmen protect these burial caverns. I shout, eat. I know not what else to do. Alright, let's go for... not the cruel flame bolt. We need something with a big AoE. An AoE arrow. Maybe not. Dire flame bolts, fine. We'll use our elitist crossbow rifle. There we go. Alright, now we use the power of suck to drain the health from it. Wait, what? How dare you? There we go. That brought my health back. Damn. Missed. Fair enough. Victory is mine. Picking up the arrows. Orcish tower shield. And a silver claymore. How interesting. Summon skeletal minion bones? Interesting. Let's have a look-see. Yeah, those bones are definitely worth looting. The other stuff is not, looks like. Yeah, the bone meal and the bones are worth looting. As for the other stuff, it's too heavy, so we'll just drop it on the ground. That when the skeleton corpses despawn, we will have a chance to loot those later. NPC objects. Sorry, NPC corpses despawn. The objects you drop do not. Chirp. Can I go up there? No, I'd have to use levitation. Pretty sure it'll cross over at some point. I need to deal with some things. Does that bloat your save? It would in the vanilla engine. But, this engine does not care how big the save gets. It will not fail because it just gets big. It is, a different save file format. Skeletons and... Okay, I gotta get the archers first. Back off, I'm getting my ass kicked. Serpentine motion. Serpentine motion. Yeah, it definitely adds data to the save file. So, you know, it bloats it in the way that the file gets larger, but then, unlike the vanilla engine for Morrowind, where it just goes, oh no, the file's too big, I can't read it anymore. In this, it doesn't care. Damn. A glowy arrow. They got special types of arrows, magical arrows. Yeah, those are interesting. Viper arrows. That explains where the pain came from. And the shard arrows. Okay, fair enough. Wait. Who just drew their weapon? I see. Drain health. That's how we heal ourselves. By sucking the health out of our enemies. Let's go. Up, up, and away. Jump. How's vampirism in Morrowind? Horrible. If you're not using a mod, then you lose access to like 80% of the content in the game. Telvanni will still deal with you, though. But everyone else will try to kill you or just hate you. If you get a mod to be able to hide your vampire status with like a mask or a Telvanni bug musk or something, then it's fine. Whoop. The Mages Guild let you go? Yeah, you're right. Telvanni and the Mages Guild both don't care. But everyone else is like, foul spawn of evil! Prepare to die! I'm sorry. For living. Alright, here we go. Huzzah! Oh no. Let me get out of here. The bone guys are saying hello. Oh, jeez. Bye. Here we go. Terrifying. I'm out of mana. I need to use potions. I've got potions that will allow me to survive. Alright, I live now. Target resisted my magic. Here we go. We destroyed them. That shield's pretty cool. What kind of weapon is that? A chieftain club. Interesting. Bone. Let's have a look in the other room. No one else? We killed them all? Good. Cursed adamantium. These adamantium boots have a negative modifier called burden on them. Terrifying. Yes, I'm not actually able to talk about the new marathon game, believe it or not. Okay. I love classic marathon, I'll tell you that right now. But, for the next few months, I'm going to have no opinion, that I can share. Okay. There we go.
Stupid.
Light armor. Frickin' archer there. Okay. What else? Shardbringer, interesting. Lost interest when it turned out to be an extraction shooter. Yeah, I'm not interested in Tarkov likes either. Okay. I'm a huge fan of Classic Marathon. I just can't talk about this new one. Oh, crap. Why'd the mummy just die? He just fell over dead the moment I walked up to him. How strange that is. Different scrolls. Scroll of the Starry Road. Urshilaku Burial Caverns. We fight until one remains. That one shall be me. My short blade skills increased to 110. I believe. Okay, I need to do archery, it turns out. Bone mold arrows, go. We're trying our best. They are coming right for me. That one healed himself and promptly died, which is funny. There's a bone golem shooting at me, deteriorating the quality of my stuff. There's the bone golem. Okay. Damn. That bone golem has some pretty fearsome AoEs. He's also immune to my bone mold arrows, go figure. Bone golem cannot be killed by bone? What kind of nonsense is this? Alright, let's keep going. My potions won't last forever. Assuming the bone bow is around here somewhere.
This is a volume of verse collected from Ashlander wise women. May I shrink to dust is from the Ahimusa Ashlanders of the Grazelands. May I shrink to dust in your cold, wild wastes, and may my tongue speak its last hymn to your winds. I pray for the herder that whistles to his gar at play. I pray for the hunter that stalks the white walkers. I pray for the wise one that seeks under the hill, and the wife who wishes for one last touch of her dead child's hand. I will not pray for that which I've lost when my heart springs forth from your soil like a seed, and blossoms anew beneath tomorrow's sun.
Fair enough.
These are excerpts from this lengthy tome describing the nature of each of the Daedra. Azura, whose sphere is dusk and dawn, the magic in-between realms of twilight, known as Moonshadow, Mother of the Rose, and Queen of the Night Sky. Boethia, whose sphere is deceit and conspiracy, and the secret plots of murder, assassination, treason, and unlawful overthrow of authority. Clavicus Vile, whose sphere is the granting of power and wishes through ritual invocations and pact. Hermaeus Mora, whose sphere is scrying of the tides of fate, of the past and future as read in the stars and heavens, and in whose dominion are the treasures of knowledge and memory. Hircine, whose sphere is the hunt, the sport of Daedra, the great game, the chase, known as the huntsman and the father of man-beasts. Malakath, whose sphere is the patronage of the spurned and ostracized, the keeper of the sworn oath and the bloody curse. Mehrunes Dagon, whose sphere is destruction, change, revolution, energy, and ambition. Mephala, whose sphere is obscured to mortals, known by the names web-spinner, spinner, and spider, whose only consistent theme seems to be interference in the affairs of mortals for her amusement. Meridia, whose sphere is obscured to mortals, who is associated with the energies of living things. Molag Bal, whose sphere is the domination and enslavement of mortals, whose desire is to harvest the souls of mortals and to bring mortals' souls within his sway by spreading seeds of strife and discord in the mortal realms. Namira, whose sphere is the ancient darkness, known as the spirit Daedra, ruler of sundry dark and shadowy spirits, associated with spiders, insects, slugs, and other repulsive creatures which inspire mortals with an instinctive revulsion. Nocturnal, whose sphere is the night and darkness, who is known as the Night Mistress. Periite, whose sphere is the ordering of the lowest orders of oblivion, known as the Taskmaster. Sanguine, whose sphere is hedonistic revelry and debauchery and passionate indulgences of darker natures. Sheogorath, whose sphere is madness and whose motives are unknowable. Veanima, whose sphere is the realm of dreams and nightmares, and from whose realm issues forth evil omens, especially marked for special interest under the heading Malakath. You find a reference to Scourge, blessed by Malakath and dedicated to the use of mortals. In short, the reference suggests that any Daedra attempting to invoke the weapon's powers will be expelled into the void streams of oblivion.
True.
Of the legendary artifacts of the Daedra, many are well known, like Azura's Star and Sheogorath's Wabajak. Others are less well known, like Scourge, Makkan's Hammer, Bane of Daedra. Yet though Malakath blessed Scourge to be potent against his Daedra kin, he thought not that it should fall into Daedric hands, then to serve as a tool for private war among caitiff and forsaken. Thus did Malakath curse the device, such that, should any dark kin seek to invoke its powers, that a void should open and swallow that Daedra and purge him into oblivion's void streams, from thence to pathfind back to the real and unreal worlds in the full order of time.
Very cool, very cool. All right, give me just a second. I have to poke at something in a different window. Almost done. Let me see. Yep. Moving along. So, sugar. What else? One of these should have the bow. I don't remember who, but we'll find out in the fullness of time. Thought the bow was on one of these corpses. I mean, there is the silver staff of shaming. No big deal there. This whole section is irrelevant. Not what we need. Let's keep it up. Acrobatics. Mummy! Dead. The mummy is dead. The money is mine. What else? What else awaits in these horrible caverns? Rat! The rat is no more. It has ceased to be. We will continue to slay those who oppose us with our rifle. The rifle is a crossbow powered by steam. Here we go.
Stupid.
Victory is mine. Did you know that that creature was stupid? Okay. Let's get moving on. Heading on up. The fragile burial. I hear ghosts. You're dead. A lot of scrolls here. Ancestor ghost. Damn. Trying again. No, it resists my powers. What a shame. Got it. The ectoplasm is mine. Let's get out of here. We're gonna dive down into this area. I don't know why. It's trapped. No longer trapped. Anything you would change about Morrowind's main quest? Yes. I would take Michael Kirkbride's sermons and apply them to different NPCs having actual... like, currently, the sermons of Vivek are, like, lazily tacked on to Morrowind. Like someone put a paperclip on Morrowind, and the sermons are basically paperclipped to the side of it. They aren't really relevant. And so, I would like them to be relevant to the Tribunal Temple. And, what happened to Lord Nerevar. I'd also like for there to be a large event where basically becoming Hortator and Neverine entitles you to the support of the standing armies of the great houses. Basically, they'll get a bunch of people to like surround Dagoth-Ur, like the actual dungeon, and then you'll go inside alone, you know, like because you're the destined hero. But they will be like actively fighting his forces coming out of Red Mountain. Like, you know, just like when I say actively fighting, like just add like 12 NPCs, right? 10 at most, whatever. Point is, I want to see that you becoming the war leader of the various great houses in order to complete the main quest, having an actual visible impact of some sort. Doesn't matter if it's like 10 NPCs just hanging out outside the dungeon. That's fine. But I just want some tangible impact. That is an enemy. Hold on. Aid for Bruma? Now. Where would I... Come on now. You know there is absolutely no way that I would have that fresh in my head or anything. Would I? Okay. Onwards and sideways. Wait. Skeleton. Crap. Here they come. The undead. Can't use the cliff racers to fly the puzzle box to Dagoth. Nice Lord of the Rings reference. You know how many years it takes them to, like, do the entire Lord of the Rings? It's crazy. It's like 6 months between Gandalf going, keep it secret, keep it safe, and then actual shit happening afterward. Like when he, yeah, hold on a second. Where are we going? Yeah, there's like a 6-month time span that is not well described in the movies. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I read the books first. The movies didn't exist back when I read the books. Well. Said between when Gandalf knows about the ring and when he comes back, yeah, like 20 years, you said? I don't remember the exact time span. I just remember it's huge.
Stupid.
My goodness. How would you incorporate a time skip into the movies? Oh, that's simple. You just show the seasons go by a couple times. Whoops. And then in a very non-diegetic way, just say, like, so many years later. But, the Lord of the Rings movies are allergic to having animals talk. It's crazy. Like, the Lord of the Rings and Hobbit movies are just, like, super allergic to having animals talk. And it's like, all the animals talk! All of Tolkien's animals talk to people. Anyway, let's see. Skeletons are getting up. The eagles have their own culture, correct. Let me see here. Do you remember that that one series? Someone, let's see. Do the Witcher Netflix and cut time re-release with subtitled years and dates. Jeez. No. Like, whenever I hear about the Netflix Witcher, I'm like, do you remember the Hexer? The Hexer was certainly one of the series of all time. Hold on a second. Let me pull up the screenshots. Yeah, there we go. This is the Hexer. It is one of the series ever made. Yes. Okay, here we go. Hold on. Checking something really quick. No. Google there. You're not saying it's good, but it had some charm? Yes. Hey, at the very least, it's, different from this one. Let me pull it up there. This one there. That is real as well. Okay, let's get going. Moving along, moving along. Gotta kill some skeletons. Gonna try to repair things if we're not in combat. Good. Nope. That goes through 3 fireballs at me at once. That was crazy. I killed it, though. Dead Adventurer had a Grandmaster lockpick. Damn. That Dead Adventurer had all the good stuff. Oh, well. 'Tis what it is, I suppose. Is Zulmatool's stuff over here? No. We're still looking. In the movie, you thought Gandalf was gone for like 24 hours. No, it's really screwed when they get to the inn and nobody's there for them. They're lost at that point. Alright. So, anyone heard about the new Elder Scrolls Online business model? It's rather interesting. Let me see here. The Elder Scrolls Online 2025 Content Pass. Not a season pass, a content pass. Oh boy. Isn't that exciting? Yeah. You too can spend $50 to get they're not doing chapters anymore, but they're still releasing zones. They're trying to bypass Steam's season pass rules. Yeah. All right. Let's go. Consume product, get excited for next product. Hey, I enjoyed Gold Road, okay? And then after having finished Gold Road, I said, I'm taking a couple years off of this game. If they shut it down before I get back to it, so be it. And right after I said that, people are like, whoa, there's a new direct. Do you see all the new stuff? I'm like, no, I don't. I don't see any of the new stuff. Hear no evil, see no evil. I wasn't joking when I said I quit for a couple years. Yep. Lock too complex, can't open it. Need to use the Grandmaster lockpick. Ain't happening. No, can't do it. You said the leaker for the Oblivion remake deleted his account? Of course he did. His account existed. It was an account to drum up hype for something that didn't exist. I'm not saying an Oblivion remake or remaster or whatever won't come out some year, but it'll probably come out as the direct result of everyone talking about it. Like, in other words, like some marketing executives will go, they never shut up about this this Oblivion remake that we don't have going. What are we gonna do about it? Like, like, say 10,000 people have talked about it. Those could all be sales. Like, we could be making money right now. And then they, pitch the project and say, hey, 100,000 people want an Oblivion remake. We should give it to them. And so they start the project, and in, 2 to 4 years, we get one. But, you said WoW Classic-esque? Exactly. That's what I'm saying is, I expect it to materialize in the future as a result of everyone not shutting the fuck up about it. I don't actually think it's in production right now. Not yet. Or at least not as of when the quote-unquote leaks happened. The court documents said they were considering a remake. Considering. That is a word with loaded language. I mean, if you ask me if I had, say, considered... someone actually asked me this, so, like, have I considered wearing a French maid outfit on stream? Yes, I have considered it. It's probably not going to happen, but I've considered it. All right, we're going to the Kefka burial. Let's go up. This way. Kanuga burial. Let's see. You're gonna laugh if episode 3 happens before the Oblivion remake. Oh, Half-Life 2 episode 3? Yes. What if you all keep talking about the French maid outfit on stream? Someone's gonna have to pay me a lot of money. Specifically to afford number 1. And number 2 to overcome my, my extreme disinclination to do it. All right. But yeah, Half-Life 2 episode 3. Let me pull it up. Developer commentary.
Welcome to Half-Life 2 episode 2. We are at the midpoint in our trilogy of episodes, which will conclude in episode 3. To listen to a commentary node, put your crosshairs over the floating...
You see, he promised us. Gabe Newell promised us. Listen one more time.
Welcome to Half-Life 2 episode 2. We are at the midpoint in our trilogy of episodes, which will conclude in episode 3.
There you go. Yep.
Adventures of Gordon Freeman. I can be reached at gaben@valvesoftware.com. I get about 10,000 emails each time we release a game, and while I can't respond to all of them, I do read all of them. Thanks, and have fun.
Okay. He reads all his emails, so you should definitely be helping him out by giving him suggestions and feedback about how best to release the episode. I'm screwed. I've been paralyzed. I'm paralyzed. That's it for me, everybody. Dead. Yep. Oh, their dev talent works on prototypes for their new tech. In other words, they're gonna have like a demo or some kind of technology to show off for the new Steam Deck 2. They've got artists continually developing new art, and it just goes in a vault. And you know, when they need to do like a Team Fortress 2 update or some what's the new game? What's the MOBA hero shooter that they have? Whenever they need something for that, they just pull the like an art asset out of the vault that they've been building up for decades now. They just have people on payroll making Deadlock. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying is, like, they just have people on payroll constantly producing shit. And when they need a project done, they just adapt the stuff. That's it. I need Viper arrows. Viper arrows. Damn. Those are enchanted arrows. An orc archer's kicking my ass. Yeah, that orc archer's something else. Got it. Okay. Oh no. Oh no, it's a Bone Walker. It's a greater Bone Walker, actually. An undead necromancer. That's the Bone Walker shooting those projectiles at me.
Stupid.
Damn. Bone Walker's got me. The Bone Walker has me. I'm so dead. All right, let's get our Jink Blade out. I need to cast Undo Bone Walker, or I'm going to die. Undo Bone Walker. Here we go. Okay. I need to immediately drink one of these fortifies. Good. Necromancer's down. Okay. We got it. My stats are good, because I cast Undo Bone Walker, which allowed me to run. Yep. Drink 5,000 Sujamas. No, I have a bonkiness potion, which does basically the same thing. But Undo Bone Walker, as you can see, it does restore strength and endurance 1 to 35, which is what they screw with. Yep. That Deadlock is Marvel Legends or something. Deadlock is a it's kind of a MOBA, but it's also a hero. It's a hero shooter that plays like a MOBA. So it's like a mix. It's not for me personally. I appreciate what they're trying to do with it. Yep. But very much not for me. Like Paladins, yeah. Howdy, Strat. Good to see ya. I gotta say, that was some rough luck. Like with your Path of Exile 2, having that like high-pitched whine. You missed out on a lot of first-time viewers who didn't come back. It was a good video though. Like that's what pisses me off, because like technical issues get in the way of something that's a solid critique. Although a lot of people hear your criticisms and they flip the fuck out because they don't understand that you can actually like something and be critical of it at the same time. I just talked about how in Morrowind specifically, I didn't like how the Tribunal Temple like took all of Michael Kirkbride's writings, you know, the sermons of Vivek and stuff, are like lazily paperclipped to the side of Morrowind. They don't actually have an impact on the quest lines or the main story or anything. They just seem to be there, floating in the ether as some extra thing. And I mentioned that I wanted them more integrated into the game world. And yeah, there are people who get angry about that and say they're fine the way they are, you know, get defensive, right? Yeah. It's very interesting. But yeah. I'm actually sick right now. I've got a sore throat, so I have like a whole ton of cough drops and other things. But my options were sit in bed and be bored. You know, read something, I guess, but or get online anyway. And so I chose to get online anyway. Let me see. Does 11 cups of coffee make you feel better? 11 cups of coffee gets your heart rate going. You know? Like a full coffee mug of cough drops. I also have this. This is good. This is soothing honey and lemon with some vitamin C powder in it. It's, if you compare, it's, I've got more of this than the coffee. See? Strat, I have some problems. My brain chemistry don't work like normal people's. Coffee helps me focus. It calms me down and focuses me. Okay. Bingo. Laced coffee? No. Oh, jeez. Here we go. Okay. Come on. Good. This is a Dwarven elitist rifle. It uses steam to,
Stupid.
I'm getting shot by a bunch of, archers there. Jeez. I may have multiplied all the monster spawns by a factor of 6, and then given them special skills. So, you know. Very lore friendly, yes. Yes, indeed. How's it going, Billy Fighter? For those who don't know, Billy Fighter there has been, he's one of the developers on, what do you call it, Starwind, the Star Wars Total Conversion for Morrowind. He also is working on his own video game titled Dream Spring, which is a Kingsfield Souls-like dark fantasy FPS that I played 2 hours of 2 days ago. If you're interested in that game, you can check out my live stream on the Lives tab of my thingamabobber. You already added Dream Spring to your wish list? Of course, of course. All right. Let's get going. But yeah, I'm still trying to figure out what I want to play later tonight. I want to do about another hour or two of Morrowind, then I want to switch to something else, and I'm kind of debating between Stardew Valley or Cyclopean, something like that. Haven't decided yet. Here we go. Ducat farming? No, I'm gonna do that on Thursday. I've already, like, penciled in Thursday for ducat farming. Okay. A farming sim set in Vardenfell, where you have to do, like, ash yams and stuff. A Stardew Valley Morrowind crossover. I'm afraid strategy games typically aren't for me, with the exception of Disgaea, which is a strategy RPG series. I am obsessed with Disgaea. I will put up with any type of game that I don't typically play. I'm also going to pick up the 40k game, Rogue Trader, later in the year. But I've got so many things on my plate right now. Can I do that with Ashfall? Yes, but Ashfall requires me to use the vanilla engine, and I'm kind of off the vanilla engine for the foreseeable future. Joya Mart equivalent would be selling slaves. Well, I mean, honestly, I could see Joyaco and House Dress kind of doing like a, you know, the ultimate team, you know. Like, what do you call it? It was... I'm just typing in what I need to type in. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, I imagined in my head this picture. Fuck. It was. Yeah, it was the handshake from. Got it. Open image and new tab. I was imagining the X-Men versus Street Fighter handshake with Joyako and House Dress. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Okay. Oh. Hey guys. They aren't active skeletons, they're bone meal. They got sword, and axe. Sword, and axe. Got it. That's the bone biter bow. Let's have a look. They died doing what they loved. Oh. It's pretty funny, though. Their loved ones posed them like that for some reason. Let's have a look at this bone biter. Damn, constant effect attack. So attack is your ability to land a hit. It's easy. It's like the attack stat makes your dice rolls for landing a hit super high. I'm just wondering if I could enchant this. If I did, then I would lose out on turning it in. I say enchant, I mean enhance it. Let me see. Brain fatigue per second. Just get something else to offset it. Seriously. Just get a magic skirt of 2 fatigue per second. Let me drop this. I'm looking at the different corpses to make sure I don't leave anything behind that, yeah, like I want these bones. Doesn't magic resistance help? Yes, when you actually equip it. So the magic resistance has a dice roll that happens at the moment of equip. Meaning that if you get your magic resistance high, like let's say you put on a bunch of magic resist gear, then equip the bow, and you resist the effect, then you can go and re-equip all the other stuff. It's not an active roll, it's done on equip. Yep. Num num bone meal. Yep. My bad. I'm about to get over encumbered, but I need those cruel spark arrows. What do I drop then? The answer is this bone mold tower shield I don't need. Goodbye. Route. My goodness. We just gotta get out of here now. Gonna continue the main quest. When we get to the very bottom. I suppose first person's the best way to go down here so I don't accidentally stumble off this. Morrowind is very enjoyable. I'd say it has the best world building out of any Bethesda game. That's why I don't really trust them to do a remake, I suppose. Of any kind. The fragile barrel. One more. Going down one more. This should do it. Yep, carbon barrel. I think this is it. Yep, we can get out this way. Let me see, though. Trying to think of what other games I would really want to play. I'm actually looking at Dark Souls Remastered right now because they have seamless co-op now. I'm, hold on a second, let me pull up my Steam account. Steam account. Alright, so we go over here to my perfectly normal Steam account. Give me a sec, I'm gonna have some more drink. Alright, so from here, Yeah, Dark Souls Remastered. I just picked it up because they got the seamless co-op. Let me pull up the actual page to show you. Dark Souls Seamless. There you go. It's on the Nexus right here. Seamless Co-op, Dark Souls Remastered. So, as you can see, if a player dies, they will respawn at the last bonfire. The session will not be terminated. Defeating enemy bosses and clearing areas does not send cooperators home. All fog walls and barriers that restrict multiplayer are gone. All NPC dialogue is synchronized. When a player rests at a bonfire, the world state resets for all players. Game progression events can be completed in online play and will progress the game in your own world. You can play with up to 5 other players in the open world. So a 6-player co-op. An overhaul to the Dark Souls peer-to-peer system uses Steam's networking API. In other words, it should be, in theory, more stable. The streamlined connection system means that cooperators can join the host from anywhere in the world. So even if you disconnect, you can very quickly rejoin where you left off. When another player is using a light source, it'll be synchronized. All right, let's see. So scaling. In Seamless Co-op, scaling has been introduced to every enemy, not just bosses. So keep in mind that in the vanilla game, only bosses scale up with multiple players. In this, all enemies scale up. So you're not going to be like... You're not going to be one-shotting everything. Everyone's going to need to, put in their weight. Let's see. Dying during a boss battle or invasion will put your character into limbo, spectating other players until the party has been defeated or another player rests at a bonfire. Let's see. Invasions. If enabled in the INI file, other players will be able to join your session as an evil spirit and attempt to kill your party. There you go. So, yeah. Can this ban me? No. This mod prevents you from connecting to From Software's matchmaking servers. It's a completely different peer-to-peer system. Yep. Let's get out of here. Oh no. Wrong way. I need to find the exit, which is not this way. Gotta be around here somewhere. This looks like it, actually. Hold on. I'm gonna go back to the previous room again. I obviously have no idea what I'm doing. Does Morrowind have holidays in the lore? Yes. Yes, Morrowind has, Tamriel has dedicated holidays, I should say. Whoops. Okay. Good, good. Onwards. Might actually do some Dark Souls now. Yes. That's what I'm saying is, like, this is it. Now that we've got, the ability to co-op on a different set of servers from FromSoft, it really opens it up. Hello. Wakeling. Damn. How do you do that, Mr. Yeah. I'm gonna convince you to get in that corner. I have guided you here to your death. You cannot flee. You drink your potions, sir. Drink your potions. It will avail you not. That's it. I'm gonna Jink Blade you. We're Jink Blading this man. Okay, here we go. Not this one. This one. Yeah, this one. Wait, this is a Spark Blade, not Jink Blade. Jink. J-N-K. Yeah, this is the Jink Blade. He resisted the magic. What a shame. Spark Blade it is. Fetcher. This guy doesn't have much health left. I burned through all his potions. Got him. Oh, jeez. Parasite. Parasite. They dead. What are your thoughts on FromSoft's new game? I don't have any thoughts at all. No brain. Head is empty. Nintendo. I'll tell you this about Nintendo. I've been buying their games for quite some time now. I've got like physical copies of stuff, right? You know, like when people say, "Well, I only buy physical," right? That's me. That's me. I only buy physical. So knowing that, the Switch 2 doesn't look very desirable to me because, and here's why. Nintendo has decided to move away from physical cartridges to these cartridge keys that will allow people to download the game. And I'm looking at that going, but Nintendo also shuts down their online servers after a console gets too old. What that means is, if you don't have a particular game installed on your Switch's solid state, it'll just disappear. It'll become inaccessible at a certain point in time. You no longer own the game like I do. You know, I can get a new Switch, and I can just put one of these SD cards in and play it, right? You can't do that with the Switch 2 because when they shut down their servers, that's it. It's gone. And so, as a result, I have gone from being semi-anti-piracy, where I'm like, hey, if you have the ability to buy a game, you really should, to drink up me hearties, yo-ho. That's what happened. Yeah. Everyone should pirate Nintendo games now. Yep. Because the alternative is to watch the games die. To become inaccessible. To vanish in the future when Nintendo shuts down the servers. They've already shown that they do shut down the servers. No Mario Kart World? What are you talking about? I never said I wouldn't play Mario Kart. I said drink up me hearties, yo-ho. Now, did that happen the day one patches? You own a game, need a patch for a game? Yeah. Just saying. I've been playing, I've told everyone this already. Like, my wife and I were childhood friends. We played Mario Kart back in the day. And we've been playing Mario Kart since we got married, you know. Well, since we got together, not even married. We've been playing it, Mario Kart since then, you know. We're always going to do it. Am I going to play the latest and the greatest? Well, not on Nintendo's watch, that's for sure. Sorry. Not on Nintendo's watch. I won't be playing the latest and the greatest. Sorry. It's unfortunate. Okay, I need to turn this bow in. Hero Sulmatul. Rats! I think we're fine. Ashkan Yurt.
So, Outlander, have you completed the initiation rite?
I have.
This is my father's bone-biter bow. You have completed the initiation rite. I name you clan friend of the Ashlanders. Keep my father's bow and bear it with honor. You are a friend of our tribe and may rest in any Urshilaku bed. But do not harm other tribe members or take their things. And now I will fulfill my other promise. Go to the wise woman's yurt, and Nibani Maisa shall examine you and test you against the Nerevarin prophecies.
Right, but I got bad dreams, man.
Am I an old woman that you should tell me these things? No, speak to a wise woman.
Fair enough, I'll go do that. So, Yeah, I mean, we spanked his daddy's ghost, and then we get to go talk to his wise woman now. It's true. It's true. Let's get going. I gotta take a short break. I'm at like 2.5 hours, and I gotta do some stuff for my throat.
Do you have questions about the Nerevarine?
Shut up! Sorry. What I was saying is I have a, I just have to get up, walk around, stretch my legs. I'll be back in like 5 minutes, and we will begin discussing the Neverine prophecies with her. But for now, near and far. Back in a second. I think. There we go. Now this is wrong. I shouldn't be showing this full screen now. I was doing that earlier. Jeez. How do I fix this? Let me try, okay. Okay, I got the thing. I need to... Good, good. That's better. Now people actually know I'm on a break. Haha.
Oh my god, wyverns, what's...
Sorry about that, that was the wyverns video. We're ignoring that. Hello everybody, I'm back. Still sick, but that's fine. Let me see. Nintendo confirms $90 price tag for full Breath of the Wild experience. In other words, if you want Breath of the Wild on if you want Breath of the Wild on the Switch too, it's gonna cost you $70 plus another 20 for the DLCs. Yep. I see. Well. Hello.
Go ahead. Do you have questions about the Nerevarine prophecies? Have you come to see if you pass the test? Do you think you are the Nerevarine? There are many Nerevarine prophecies, and they suggest many things. Aspect and uncertain parents. The moon and star, sleepers, 7 curses, the curse's bane, the prophecy of the stranger, the prophecy of the 7 visions, the lost prophecies.
Fair enough. I mean, eventually I'm going to replay Breath of the Wild with the Maid of Hyrule. We'll get that done for sure. No question about it. But for now, not so much. I definitely... let's see. Hold on, I gotta close a bunch of stuff. Tons of things running in the background. Let me see. There's the $90 price tag, but yeah, people like, yeah, there's a maid outfit. You're going to use it. So, yeah, basically, sure. People think I have some kind of a fixation on that. I personally have no idea what they're talking about. That sounds rather silly to me, you know? Okay.
Ask me of these things. If you are patient, if you would be wise, or if you are impatient to know, just ask, do I pass the test of the Nerevarine prophecies? Go ahead, Outlander. I am the wise woman. Ask your questions, and I will answer.
Yep. All right, here we go.
If what you say is true, you are indeed born on a certain day of uncertain parents. This is part of the prophecy. But many have the same birthday, and many are not sure of their parents. It is interesting, but it does not make you the Nerevarine.
I see. Moon and star?
Legend says Indoral Nerevar's family standard bore the moon and star, and Nerevar's armor and weapons bore this sign. Some say he bore a moon and star birthmark. Some say he has a magic ring marked with a moon and star. Others say he was born under a moon and star. In any case, I think the moon and star is the mark of the Nerevarine, and you do not have this mark, so you are not the Nerevarine.
There you go, I'm not the Nerevarine. That makes perfect sense. Alright, what about the sleepers?
Rumors say that in the towns, mad cultists called sleepers are attacking people, saying that Dagoth-Ur has awakened and will drive the Outlanders from Morrowind. Perhaps it is just a coincidence, but I think it is a sign of the Nerevarine. Not necessarily a sign that you are the Nerevarine. Perhaps the time of the Nerevarine has come, and you have come at the same time. This is not passing a test, but it may mean you have some part to play in the coming of the Nerevarine.
Okay. What else? 7 curses.
It is another Ashlander prophecy of the Nerevarine. It is called the 7 Curses of the Sharmat, but I do not know it, and I know no one who does. It may be lost. Such things happen. A wise woman dies or forgets, or a clan is wiped out. Perhaps someone knows but is keeping it secret. Perhaps it is in one of those many books of your settled peoples. I have heard that the dissident priests of the temple may have such books.
True, so we want to meet the conditions. We have to do that. The stranger?
This is the best known of the Nerevarine prophecies. We call it the stranger. When earth is sundered and skies choked black, and sleepers serve the 7 curses, to the hearth there comes a stranger, journeyed far neath moon and star. Though stark-born to sire uncertain, his aspect marks his certain fate. Wicked stalk him, righteous curse him, prophets speak but all deny. Many trials make manifest. The stranger's fate, the curse's bane. Many touchstones try the stranger. Many fall, but one remains.
Many fall, but one remains. Okay. Many fall, but one remains.
The full title of the prophecy is 7 Visions of 7 Trials of the Incarnate. Listen, and I will tell you the verses. 7 trials. What he puts his hand to, that shall be done. What is left undone, that shall be done. First trial. On a certain day to uncertain parents incarnate moon and star reborn. Second trial. Neither blight nor age can harm him. The curse of flesh before him flies.
What they mean is the second trial is you will be infected by Corpus. Because those infected by Corpus disease do not age and are immune to other diseases like the blight.
Third trial. In caverns dark Azura's eye sees and makes to shine the moon and star. Fourth trial. A stranger's voice unites the houses. 3 halls call him Hortator.
So basically, we need the moon and star ring, and we need to get all 3 great houses to call us Hortator, their war leader.
Fifth trial. A stranger's hand unites the Velothi. 4 tribes call him Nerevarine. Sixth trial. He honors blood of the tribe unmourned. He eats their sin and is reborn.
That's it, so basically, for this one, we need to go get the 4 tribes to acknowledge us as Neverine after we become Hortator. Then we need to go over to Dagathur's minions and, again, get the Corpus. We need to kick their asses. Eat their sin.
7th trial. His mercy frees the cursed false gods, binds the broken, redeems the mad. One destiny. He speaks the law for Veloth's people. He speaks for their land and names them great.
Maybe. But, freeing the cursed false gods is just unbinding the heart of Lorcan by, performing the ritual. One tap and a whole crap of sunders. That's it. Or is it, sunder and a bunch... Sorry, a sunder and a bunch of keenings. Stop. No. This is the end. The bitter, bitter end.
What does this prophecy mean? It tells us who the Nerevarine will be, and the trials he must undergo before he fulfills his destiny. Some parts I understand, some parts I do not. I will answer your questions as best I can, but I cannot pretend to understand it all.
Okay. À ma toi. Alright, that's the 7 visions, lost prophecies.
There are Nerevarine prophecies that have been lost, the 7 curses, and others. Some are forgotten, some hidden, some deliberately lost. The wise women are the memory of the Velothi people, but it is a faulty memory, and we are mortal, and our knowledge dies with us. But we hear that the dissident priests of the temple study our Nerevarine prophecies and record them in books. Such written words never die. You must go to them and ask for these books, and bring what you find to me.
I see. So, let's go over the different trials then. Wait. First trial.
This refers to your birth sign, to your birth on a certain day to uncertain parents, just like in the stranger prophecy.
I see. Second trial.
I'm not sure what this means. Will the Nerevarine come as a spirit who is not harmed by blight or age? I don't know. But I think Curse of Flesh means the blight disease corpus, which causes terrible, distorted growths on its victims. Perhaps the Nerevarine can heal this disease. Perhaps that will be a sign of the Nerevarine.
Let's go for the third trial now.
In legend, there is a shrine to Azura called the Cavern of the Incarnate. There are secrets I may not tell you about this cavern. Do not ask.
Fair enough. Fourth trial.
A Hortator is a war leader chosen when Dunmer great houses must put aside their normal feuds to unite against a common enemy. This has not happened since the Empire invaded our land.
Fifth trial.
The Ashlanders are sometimes called the Velothi, for the prophet Veloth who guided us to this land many, many centuries ago. And the four tribes are the four tribes of Vardenfell, the Urshilaku, the Ahemusa, the Zainab, and the Erebenimsun. It would truly be a miracle to unite these four tribes who have so long raided and warred with one another. But the Nerevarine must be one who performs miracles.
Fair enough. And the sixth trial?
I am not sure. The tribe Unmourned may mean the sixth house, House Dagoth, which was exterminated after the Battle of Red Mountain. But it may also mean the Dwemer, or the Dwarves, as Westerners call them. And eating sin is doing atonement for another's sin.
I see. The seventh and final trial?
The cursed false gods must be the tribunal. They are surely false gods, evil sorcerers and necromancers, and they murdered Nerevar so they might set themselves up as gods. Binds the broken must refer to Nerevar's broken promise to the Ashlanders to honor the ways of the spirits and rights of the land.
So that's it. Those are the 7 trials.
The Incarnate cannot fail. What others have tried, he will do. What Nerevar started, the Incarnate shall finish.
Have I passed the test?
You are not the Nerevarine. You are one who may become the Nerevarine. It is a puzzle, and a hard one, but you have found some of the pieces, and you may find more. Do you choose to be the Nerevarine? Then seek the lost prophecies among the dissident priests of the temple. Find the lost prophecies, bring them to me, and I will be your guide. And take these copies of the Stranger and the 7 Visions. Now, I have told you all I know. Go, think on what I've told you, and do what must be done.
I will do what must be done. Let's get going. My goodness. If the Cavern of the Incarnate is the 3rd trial, does that mean all the ghosts have succeeded in the 2nd? Probably not. It just means that they convinced a what do you call it? A wise woman to tell them where the cavern was, and then they put on the ring and died. Or in the case of Chodala, died to the Akavari invaders and then was retconned in ESO to have survived somehow. Oh boy. So, let me see here. The voices are one of the mods in my mod list. Beldor Deadeye is the name of the article. It's this dude right here on the thumbnail. Alright, let's get going. Remember that I've been playing this playthrough for 145 hours over several months. I do not remember which mods are which. That's why I recorded them on the mod list, because otherwise I would not remember by this point. Alright, let's get going. So let's use our recall to head back. Actually, let's get our follower really quick. Here we go. Hello there.
How can I help? I'll do what I can.
Yes, follow me. We need to get out of here. The skeleton will remain. Actually, no, let's take the skeleton back to our house as well. Follow me. Back to my home. Awesome. Okay. We're going to drop our alchemy ingredients in this spot, and then we're going to go do stuff. Lay down your weapons. It is not too late for my mercy. Yeah, another like a YouTuber out there figured out that while recall and intervention don't work, a guild guide's summon can. So what they did was they used charm person and recruited the what do you call it? The guild guide. And then brought her into the heart chamber, where he then used charm creature on the heart of Lorcan itself, and had her transport them to the Balmora Mages Guild. And he stole the heart of Lorcan. He then got a couple of vendors and sold Sunder and Keening to each of them, and charmed both vendors, brought them over to the heart of Lorcan, and punched the heart of Lorcan. So, because they were still charmed, they entered combat with the heart of Lorcan and started stabbing it repeatedly. And that's how the main quest was completed. It was crazy. Yep. But Dagothur was still back there in Red Mountain, just like, okay, well, the heart's gone now. Yep. Okay. We're gonna head on out. The future is theft and problems. They created a plagiarism machine, and now we have to live with it. Alright, minion orders. I think I will be very angry when companies start using this technology to strong-arm voice actors into giving up their rights to have their voice commercialized as they see fit. But when a silly mod maker uses it, I don't care. Because, like, do the artists who made say the Witcher outfit, do they object when the Witcher outfit is put into another game or adapted to their armor style? No, not really. The artists don't complain. So it comes down to, is there measurable harm being done? These voice actors aren't being hired for mod work. If they were, I would change my tune. But it just comes down to what measurable harm is occurring. Trust me, when the companies do get around to it, which they will, when the companies get around to axing voice actor jobs in lieu of giving them, you know, just using their previous performances to generate their voices, when that happens, I'll be angry there with everyone else. Because that is measurable harm being done. Until then, the future is theft and problems. They created a plagiarism machine, and we have to live with it. Whew. Now then, let's go this way. Onwards and sideways. Yeah, what time is it? It's 5 a.m. Okay, just a couple more hours. We're gonna go have a chat with Caius about the Neverine prophecies. After we sell a couple items. Yep. Mm-hmm. You may not be able to know if the audio is real or machine generated. People will find out. But yes.
Welcome, adventurer. Looking for an equalizer? Something to give you an edge against a superior opponent? When you need to do a lot of damage in a hurry, you can't...
I'm just gonna drop some items here. For now, AI is kind of garbage. I'm sorry, but it's very apparent for now. When we start having companies generate people's voices, I assume the voice actors will speak out about it because they've lost a potential sale and they're hearing their own voices coming through a product they did not, in fact, contribute to. That's when that's the watchword we're waiting for, is basically the voice actors themselves objecting. And if they don't, then we can't know that measurable harm is being done. And we can't take action, so to speak. Yeah. But for now, I don't see measurable harm being done in the mod making space until the voice actors are willing to take less than guild rates for mod making work, basically. At that point, when voice actors become available for a wage befitting the product, I would look at that and go, yeah, you mod makers are taking money out of the pockets of these voice actors. What the fuck is wrong with you, right? That's when that switch flips. But for now, no measurable harm is being done. So it's more a cultural faux pas, you know. That where, like, some people have a problem with it, other people don't. Is harm always measurable? No. No, it's not. Very often, harm will come in bits and pieces. And we won't know that something has been completely dismembered and destroyed until well after the fact. It only becomes measurable in retrospect.
Strike swift and true.
While you can argue that something is measurable in any time, it may go under the radar and be unnoticed. Yes. Hello.
Are you here to discuss your orders, or is there something else you want?
Yes, but I'm not here to speak philosophy. I'm just here to give my my very, very brief opinion and then continue the video game.
You've spoken with Sulmatul and Nibani Maisa, and from what they say, it sounds like you could really be the Nerevarine. That's just incredible. But I'll have to get used to the idea. Let me try to get word to Mera Milo. Maybe she can find out whether the dissident priests have any lost prophecies. But in the meantime, I have a very tough assignment for you. Do you think you're ready?
A tough assignment. I'm ready for anything.
Don't get overconfident. But it so happens that I agree. You're ready. But just in case, I'm going to give you 400 drakes. Before you head out, make sure you outfit yourself with healing potions, new gear, a little training, whatever you think you need most. And remember, if you get in trouble, back off, rest up, and go back fresh. Don't get cocky. I think this will be a tough one.
Yep. So he's, Caius is such a great character. I mean, he continually reminds you how to play the game. It's neat.
Here's your mission. Fort Buckmoth sent a patrol to Gnar Mok, hunting smugglers with Sixth House connections. They found a Sixth House base, a Sixth House shrine, and a Sixth House priest named Dagoth Garrus. Speak to Champion Risa Pulia at Fort Buckmoth. She'll tell you about the patrol and the Sixth House base. Your orders: find that Sixth House base, kill Dagoth Garrus, and bring me a full report on the Sixth House base.
Yes. Let me see here. So, the Sixth House base?
Champion Risa Pulia at Fort Buckmoth says a patrol found a Sixth House base in a cave the locals call Ilunibi. However, the one trooper who escaped to report has died of corpus disease. Before he died, the trooper reported fighting with monsters and cultists, and something about a powerful Sixth House priest called Dagoth Garrus. But go talk to Raisa Puglia at Fort Buckmoth. She'll have all the details.
Corpus disease?
I don't know much about it. I've never seen a case myself. You can get it from contact with the Red Mountain monsters they call Corpus beasts. I think it's like a blight disease, only worse. It usually drives victims mad and causes terrible, deformed growths on the body. I'll check my informants and find out how to cure it. In the meantime, just follow your orders. I don't know what else to do.
Right. Let go away, disease creature. Yes. That was a good time. We enjoyed that. But, Fort Buckmoth?
Fort Buckmoth is the Imperial Legion's garrison for Redoran District. The fort lies south of Aldrun, a short walk from Aldrun's south gate.
Okay. Let me see. Tell me more about the Sixth House.
A trusted informant says they're a secret cult associated with some strange events recently, and more important, my informant thinks these recent disturbances are related in some way to the Nerevarine prophecies.
Okay. That's it then. I guess we'll head on over and deal with Dagoth Garrus. And then I'm going to spend all my money working on...
May Mephala guide your
what do you call it? Training. After I get the disease. For now, though, we just got to head up to Aldrun. And go have a chit-chat about the Sixth House base. Should be fine. Mostly. Okay. Like how the floating grass. It's made for not the beautiful cities of Morrowind. The grass is made for not like a completely different landscape in this area. Which is funny. Alright. Let's go. My Oblivion playthrough's been pretty fun. I've been working on it for some time. I'm hoping to wrap those up before September so I can start a Fallout 4 and Skyrim run simultaneously. I want to do those in place of, Morrowind and Oblivion. Not saying I'm going to skip to the end right now. I'm just saying I'm setting September as my goal end date so that I can move on to those other games, because I've been off Skyrim for 2 years. I've played 5,000 hours of Skyrim total. I've been able to track that on Steam, and that's awesome. But I've just looked at it and I said I gotta play other games for a while. That's what I did, and that's why I'm getting ready to. It's been over 2 years now since I played Skyrim. I like the game very much. I also complain about it a lot, which leads stupid people, into thinking I hate the game. When I, in fact, kind of dislike elements of its storytelling and its world building, you know? Die, rats. Here we go. That is a dire viper arrow. My bad. Why are we using dire viper arrows and not bone mold? There we go. Let's use these crossbow bolts instead. Okay. Better. Yeah, I highly recommend going back and checking the beginning of the Oblivion run, because it's great. It's before the Oblivion crisis started, and we become a courier. Like, if you go back to the playlist, it's good stuff. Just like this, there are hundreds of hours to watch. Okay, we're heading up to Aldrun. Hopefully these rats don't suddenly spill off the road and try to kill us. They might. Who knows? Alright. Caldera first. And then Aldrune. In theory, we can take the guild guide over to Caldera. And then fight through the 6th house base. I just want to check some things out here first. We're fine. Did we visit the Anvil Chapel before it got attacked? Yes. Yes, we did. I met the people, and then after the people were dead, I took their robes. Mm-hmm.
We are blessed. Things are okay here in Caldera. Are you looking for someone?
I'm looking for someone. I'm looking for multiple someones.
Fresh and potent. What do you need?
My potions are fresh and
it is
potent.
Truly a pleasure to see you.
Take me to Aldrune. Thank you. Now that we're in Aldrune, we will go to the Fort Buckmoth, and have a chit-chat about goings-on. It'd be funny if they conversed about their own deaths. Yeah, it would be pretty funny. It's the attack on the Anvil Chapel is terrible. Alright. Yep. Let me see here. What do we got? Over there, yeah. The fort is this way. Storms and suffering. Wait a second. No, we're fine. That's Wanderell dueling my team. I don't care about the others. Let the skeleton be gone forevermore. It's fine. Skeleton was cool, but I'm not going to concern myself with it anymore. Yep. When you have low run speed. Yeah, I use a speed and stamina module because I'm just like, you know what? I understand their in-game ways of getting around this, but I'd rather play differently. Alright. Definitely is a part of the challenge, but I would say it's a, playing it vanilla is a, for me, an unwelcome part of the challenge. I understand how the puzzle pieces fit together. I just chose to substitute one of them. Yes.
Any way I can be of assistance, just tell me what you want to know.
I'm gonna barter with you. You got some guides? Look at that, he's whistling at her, actually. Go figure. Alright. Hello?
I'm Raisa Pullia, champion of the Legion garrison here at Buckmoth Legion Fort, and you're them. Caius Cosades sent you, didn't he? Caius
I
says
am
you're
them.
the one to handle this 6th house base near Narmak.
You're them. The text in game says the name, but because they don't, because the person who generated the dialogue didn't know your name, you're them. Yes, I am them. What was that picture where the one lady was talking about the hero of Hyrule, and as Link in Breath of the Wild, you can say, I am he. Alright. Yeah. 6th house base.
Only one trooper returned. He died soon after, horribly disfigured with corpus disease and out of his wits. In his ravings, he spoke of a cavern on the coast. He called it Ilunabi. It's not on our maps. Try asking locals in Narmak. They fought with cultists and disfigured man-beasts, corporous monsters, I think. They fled the attackers and got lost in the caves. Then they ran into a half-man creature named Dagoth Garrus. This Dagoth Garrus slew the rest of the patrol, but spared the one trooper. He told the trooper he was being spared, so he might tell others that the sleeper awakes, and the sixth house has risen, and Dagoth is Lord, and I am his priest, and all will be one with him in the flesh. The trooper awakened outside the caves and returned here. We couldn't recognize him, and he didn't respond to questions, just kept rambling on like a madman until he died.
I see. Ilunabi?
That's what the dead trooper called the sea caverns where he found the sixth house base. It's not on our maps, and no one here has heard of it. Maybe the locals in Narmak can tell you where to find it. Or Narmak is an island fishing village on the Bitter Coast, roughly west of Caldera and Aldrun. Here, let me mark it on your map. There is no marked route to Narmak from Aldrun. It's no easy trip. Our patrols take the Balmora Road. At the Nisis Balmora Aldrun signpost, go south, then immediately west on a side road to Drulene Fallen's cottage. Then head cross-country west to the coast, with the old Dunmer stronghold at Andesreth as a landmark. When you hit the coast, turn south.
Let me see here. I saw that shit post put in shit posting general. Give me a second. Let me post something really quick. Copy. There we go. And paste. And then I'm gonna do salt. Salt boy. It should be right there. There we go. Perfect. All right. Perfect. Wrong game directory. Unfortunate. Twitch is special. Twitch is very special. I updated the metadata beforehand, but let me refresh it. Oh, that's nice. So all of my changes to Twitch were ignored, basically. All the metadata updates I made. Twitch just kind of tossed them out. Yep. Yeah. I will go through and copy pasta real quick. Give me a second. But yeah, someone asked about how long I played Skyrim. There you go. That's it right there. Give me a second. I'm grabbing the metadata from the current live. It's gonna take a bit. Yep. Nope. And then Morrowind. Yeah. So unfortunately, we're in the lovely world where Twitch just arbitrarily decides not to accept my metadata updates. I pushed the update 3 times just now. So maybe one of those 3 times it'll actually... Yes, it is updated. Okay. Going to jail in Vanilla Morrowind lowers your skills, and then you can, level up that way. By re-leveling your skills. It's kind of awful. Anyway, tell me more.
Follow the coast, wading around headlands when necessary. Pass a shipwreck. When the coast levels out and turns from barren rock to green swamp, you're in the Bitter Coast region. Keep south, with the water on your left, until you see Narmak, an island just off the coast. There's a crude plank bridge through some rocks to the island itself. It's a rough place, popular with adventurers, smugglers, and outlaws, but maybe someone in Narmak can tell you how to find the Ilunabi sea caverns.
Using unmodded Morrowind in order to not uncontrollably level. Yeah. It's kind of difficult, but you could do that. All right. Let me ask you. about the different provinces of the Empire. Tell me about Cyrodiil.
Cyrodiil is the cradle of human imperial high culture on Tamriel. It is the largest region of the continent, and most is endless jungle. The imperial city is in the heartland, the fertile Nibene Valley. The densely populated Central Valley is surrounded by wild rainforests, drained by great rivers into the swamps of Argonia and Topol Bay. The land rises gradually to the west and sharply to the north. Between its western coast and its Central Valley are deciduous forests and mangrove swamps.
Thanks. I'm glad I got to know about what Cyrodiil looks like. What about elsewhere?
The Khajiit of the southern Elsewhere jungles and river basins are settled city dwellers with ancient mercantile traditions and a stable agrarian aristocracy based on sugarcane and salt rice plantations. The nomadic tribal Khajiit of the dry northern wastes and grasslands are, by contrast, aggressive and territorial, tribal raiders periodically united under tribal warlords. While the settled south has been quick to adopt imperial ways, the northern nomadic tribes cling to their warlike barbarian traditions.
Okay. High Rock?
High Rock encompasses the many lands and clans of Greater Bethany, the Delis Isles, the Buolsi River tribes, and by tradition, the Western Reach. The rugged highland strongholds and isolated valley settlements have encouraged the fierce independence of the various local Breton clans, and this contentious tribal nature has never been completely integrated into a provincial or imperial identity. Nonetheless, their language, bardic traditions, and heroic legends are a unifying common legacy.
Yeah, it's really funny because when you talk to an Elder Scrolls lore fan who hasn't actually played Morrowind, or like, should I say, hasn't actually read the the NPC text in Morrowind, they've just like read some lore books and then like skipped through the game, they will tell you that the lore book is Imperial propaganda and doesn't actually reflect the lived experiences of the NPCs. But when you ask an NPC who came from Cyrodiil what it's like in their home, they'll give you this line. And so it's like, no. You like they retroactively continuity changed the content, and that's fine. That's okay. But it never really fit together. Everyone who said that it was just propaganda, they're bullshitting. These are how people actually. These are how the NPCs themselves remember their lived experiences. Like, you could call that unreliable narrator if you want, but I honestly am okay with each game taking place in a bubble. You know, each game references the previous entries, but is its own universe, basically. It references them, but things happen differently in the past, obviously. Because in Oblivion, Morrowind's version of Cyrodiil never existed. And that's fine. Better to be open about retcons than try to bury them. Correct. Tamriel is not a living, breathing world. It is a set of performance pieces put on for the player's benefit, and that is actually a pretty good thing. Seriously. Alright, let's continue. Hammerfell.
Hammerfell is primarily an urban and maritime province, with most of its population confined to the great port and trade cities. The interior is sparsely populated with small, poor farms and beast herds. The Redguard love of travel, adventure, and the high seas has dispersed them as sailors, mercenaries, and adventurers in ports of call throughout the Empire.
Alright. Morrowind.
Morrowind, homeland of the Dunmer peoples, is the northeastmost province of the Tamrielic Empire. Most of the population is gathered in the high uplands and fertile river valleys of central Morrowind, especially around the inland sea. The island Vardenfell is encircled by the inner sea and is dominated by the titanic volcano Red Mountain and its associated ash wastelands. Most of the island's population is confined to the relatively hospitable west and southwest coast.
Skyrim!
Skyrim, also known as the Old Kingdom or the Fatherland, was the first region of Tamriel settled by humans from the continent of Atmora. The hardy, brave, warlike Nords, whose descendants still occupy this rugged land. Though more restrained and civilized than their barbarian ancestors, the Nords of the pure blood still excel in the manly virtues of red war and bold exploration.
The manly virtues, damn right. Somerset Isle.
The Somerset Isle is a green and pleasant land of fertile farmlands, woodland parks, and ancient towers and manors. Most settlements are small and isolated, and dominated by ruling seats of the local wizard or warlord. The Isle has few good natural ports, and the natives are unwelcoming to foreigners, so the ancient chivalric high culture of the Aldmer is little affected by modern imperial mercantilism.
And Valenwood? She has no dialogue for Valenwood. Makes sense to me, but really we got to get out of here. Tell me about corpus disease before we go.
I've heard of corpus disease before, but never seen it. The trooper's flesh was swollen and covered with growths, his bones twisted and lost their shape. He spoke to himself, as if in a dream. We didn't recognize him at first, except for his clothing and armor. The fort chaplain tried spells and potions, but couldn't cure the disease. He died soon after he reached the fort. Didn't realize how fast corpus kills. It sure wasn't pretty. The troops seem shaken. I'm a little worried myself, to tell the truth.
Let's go. We're traveling. We gotta get to Narmak. We're gonna travel to Balmora first. By going to our home. Anything else I need to do? Probably not. Good enough. We need to cast Good Touch Random. Bam. Now she's healed. Let's get out of here. These are my two skeletons. See, this one is a skeleton, and this one is a skeleton. They're both horrifying. But they hold my stuff, and they defend my area. That's what they do. But I am evil. Let's continue. We gotta get to Narmak. I think it's over here. Al-Od. Ashubanibi. Holy Mandarin. Come on. Narmak. We gotta go up there. That's our goal. Bayazura, Bayazura, Bayazura. This is a... what do you call it? A prophecy fulfilled. Yes. Kill the snakes. What's hitting me? It's a cliff racer. As you can see, die, Grog. Everything is fine here now, thank you. Whoop, blood leech. Its muck now belongs to me. We go north. We're gonna have to fight all kinds of monsters. We will get there, eventually. Eventually. Debating what we're doing now. Fuck it. We travel. If they don't attack us, we're just gonna walk by them. I say that. I'm being chased by a forager.
Die.
Rats. And worse off, a spellcaster. There we go. That is a wood elf sorcerer. He has been defeated. My stats were just drained. They weren't damaged, so we're fine. Could have been much worse off. Gonna continue north. Through the jungles. As we pass all these other monsters. Monsters don't seem to be attacking, so we should be fine. I say as we immediately get overwhelmed by foragers. Rawr. We're fine. We got everything. The character's name is Beldor Deadeye. It says right here. Yep. This is a brand new playthrough. We've only been playing it for 146 hours and 29 minutes. Okay. I just need to get to Garmok. That's our goal. Oh. Oh. This is a problem. Being ambushed by the cliff races. But more importantly, getting through this area may take a moment. Let's get our crossbow out here. Sneaking time. Ah. Incredible. Come on. Can you get these mods to run in the OpenMW Android port? It needs to be 0.49, not 0.48. Otherwise, it won't work. So you need to check what actual version number it is. We're hunting this pack of Kagoutis to extinction. Gonna slay the entire pack. Yeah, 0.48 is the official release. 0.49 is the in-development build. Or the quote-unquote nightly build. We're hunting Kagoutis.
Die.
Okay, there should be like one more here. Of spell making? Yeah, it's good. Absolutely. Right. Gonna loot everything. Everything must be looted. And most of these didn't even have hides. Crazy. Alright, let's get going. We continue north. We're heading to Narmok by way of the Bitter Coast. I'm always tempted to say the Gold Coast. The spells I have are Nylon Bag, which is a frenzy spell. That is a reference to Fallout 76 in how everyone was promised a canvas bag in their special edition pre-orders, and they received a cheap nylon bag instead, with the following message that the canvas bag was too expensive to make. And so this is what you're getting. And as you know, the great canvas shortage struck Fallout 76. Anyway, they were looking at doing a class action lawsuit against ZeniMax on Media, and at that point they caved and put everyone on a waiting list. Anyone who wanted to get their canvas bag had to submit an online order for it. And then all of those online orders, including the credit card numbers, addresses, and names, got leaked to the internet. That everyone got doxxed to put in for their canvas bag because the Bethesda website had an error and it gave everyone admin permissions, so everyone was able to read all the orders. Yep. Anyway. Let's go. So fuck you for wanting your canvas bag as promised. We're gonna dox you. Yep, classic bugs, even in real life. Bethesda knew what they were doing. They didn't. They had no idea. The Dwarven Elitist Rifle is a very, very slow crossbow. It fires standard crossbow bolts. Just very, very slowly. Domesticated guas. Oh.
Die.
Die. Yes. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Gotta shoot it. Damn. My sneak increased. I believe. Ah. Okay, we should be good to go now. Hopefully we don't get attacked. We can just keep going. Onwards and sideways. We're heading to Narmok. Up there. Everything is fine here now. Wait. No, it isn't. I'm out of fatigue. This is bad. Getting very low rolls now. I need to rest for an hour. So my fatigue is maxed. There we go. Let's start heading up. Gotta get to Narmok. Oh, it's a golem. And rats. Filthy rats. You disgust me. Mud golem. Mud golems aren't that bad. You're really getting your ass kicked by an ant? He was getting her ass kicked by an ant. Okay. We continue. Gonna walk for a second, let my stamina regenerate. Probably gonna have to fight something. Gonna pretend like that Netch isn't trying to kill me. That'd be great. Down here. I hear the Nernrot. We got it. The root is ours. Mm-hmm. Here we go. He's not hard to look at. That random adventurer was talking about that. I wonder, are you an adventurer or are you a, someone else?
You're looking well. Is there something you need?
Ah, you're a sharpshooter.
The Ashlanders have a prophecy that one day a reincarnation of the legendary hero Nerevar will unite the Dunmer against the invaders and restore the ancient Dark Elven nation. But the Tribunal Temple says this is a false and profane superstition, and the Ordinators deal mercilessly with those who profess such beliefs.
Mm-hmm. Understood. Goodbye. Hold on a second. There we go. That way. Oh, Netch. Netch attacked. For no reason.
Dirt, 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 dirt. Everywhere dirt. May I help you?
How you doing, sir? What's your secret? Oh no. That is a high-end cliff racer. It has been defeated. We may continue. We're getting there bit by bit. Well. Being surrounded by monsters. Cliff racer! I hear a snake. There's definitely a snake somewhere around here. Beware. The cliff racer is not stopping. I'm not gonna be able... Oh, never mind. I was able to jump and attack it. I hear the rooster. We're almost there. Almost to our destination. Yeah, ignore the Elder Scrib. Who are you? A Breton champion?
Fetcher.
Hey! Wow, listen to her. Roar! Save it for Queen Doppelpopulus.
You should run now.
He's healed up. Yep. That is indeed a quite the voice she had. Wasn't expecting it, but when do you expect it? Okay, here we go. Yep. Let's keep going. You know that Time Trouble, that C-Lab episode had a full-ass video game? And then it got deleted along with all the other Adult Swim games. There was a video game about that episode. Yeah. Time Trouble. You want to play PoE 2? I played PoE 2 back when it first came out. I played it all the way to the end. And then was like, okay, that was fun. Now I want to play PoE 1 whenever they do a new league or whatever. But I'm not interested in PoE 2 until they do a... until they basically finish the base game. They don't have to, like, finish it, you know, like, stop working on it. What I mean is, like, there's still a lot of stuff that isn't in PoE 2 yet, and there's a lot of balance changes that have yet to go through. let's be honest here. The game is going to undergo major changes, and I'd rather play PoE 1 right now. Really, I'd rather play Torchlight or Diablo. But that's just me. What? That was a mushroom creature. Crazy. Let's keep going. Onwards and sideways. That's Narmok. We finally arrived. But our records don't show from where. Here we go. Girdle-tailed cliff racer. We're heading to Narmok. And that's where we'll stop. Because, well, Lunaby is where we want to go. I do have other things I need to do for a few minutes. And I need to determine whether or not I'll go to sleep or stream something else. But for now, Narmok is where we are. Alright, so. We need to figure out what the name is. I-L-U-N-I-B-I. I-L-N-I-B-I. Lunaby, go. Main quest. That's what we're saving it as. And double the shift, double the pay, yes. So I'm just really quick gonna... I'm late for an appointment, yes. TAI? AI off. Okay, good. Now we can kind of do that. And then I guess it's the other way around. Yeah, like that. And then I want to take a screenshot like that. Slightly to the side. There we go. And... damn it, stop it. There we go. Cool. I'm just making a screenshot there. Alright, that's awesome. I will be back either in a few minutes or in a few hours, depending. I'm going to go check on some things, talk to some people, and as soon as I get done with that, I'll determine whether or not it is either bedtime or streaming something else time. Not sure which yet, but see y'all later.